SKS rounds screaming right past me, stuck in the wall, right over my head, over my left shoulder. As soon as you fire shots on a battlefield, Rangers and Delta guys are immediately competing for confirmed kills.
That guy coming through the doorway that you killed with the saw.
Yeah.
Was that your first kill?
I have not always performed awesome. I've been everywhere on the scale of hero to coward. I've done it all. And so what I'm thankful of is in my more cowardly moments, they were short. I got delivered through them, and it didn't cost anyone their lives. So it was my own private crime.
Could you expound on one of those moments? Knowing it may be a little humiliating.
Yeah, sure. So this was my second tour. This was to Iraq. We were after a high-value target. This is a guy up on the FBI's most wanted list. So it was we had good intel. We thought we were going to get him. I was kicking open some palace doors, palace doors. It was just a really nice house. And so kick, and then the door flings open. I could tell that it was, though it was nighttime outside, the lights were on inside. And so I'd already flipped nods up, came in, and immediately coming through the fatal funnel at the doorway, we took incoming fire, SKS rounds screaming right past me, stuck in the wall, right over my head, over my left shoulder. SKS, close range, same room, same kind of open, great room. And I was a saw gunner at the time, and I came up and I shot him in the face and just dropped him. And it was after that I'd never killed someone that close before. Of like, man, that was very close, and he had the jump on us. Coming through a funnel with that man. I still remember the sight picture to this day coming up, and that was really. That wasn't scary, by the way. I was just doing my job at that time. And, all right, I'm kicking open a door, and I'm going to clear another room and another build. I'd cleared hundreds of rooms now by this point, real world. And so we're clearing our thing. Now, there's always the thought it might happen, and things had happened, but cold, hard math. You're just doing your thing. And so when I shot that dude, there was no room for fear. I don't remember being particularly afraid before, during, not at least more than any other time. It was right after when it just flooded me. And I remember a Delta operator, he came up behind me because as soon as you fire shots on a battlefield, Rangers and Delta guys are immediately competing for confirmed kills. And it's a different culture. And this was the culture that I was growing up into. I'm not the wide-eyed private anymore. Now it's kind of like, you got some action over there, bro? I want to play, So it's an entirely different animal. I'm not looking at combat as this horrible thing that I can't handle anymore. Now it's kind of like I'm seeing the chess of this whole thing. Just like wrestling, I saw it as a huge chess game, and combat was too. Now the stakes were higher, but I was learning the game, and I was getting pretty good at it. Well, when I came up and shot, I didn't think about that. It just kind of all happened. But that call was really close. And then also, and I tell this story of this is kind of like, this was different than shooting somebody at a little bit more of a distance or something like this. This was up.
For me to you, closer?
No, it was probably, I don't know, into this room. No, that's too big. If you doubled our distance, tripled our distance or so, somewhere in there. No, not 10 feet, more than that. Okay. Maybe 8 meters.
Okay.
24-ish feet, somewhere in there. That's about so that was close to me. 10 feet, I would have eaten those bullets. Yeah. That was too close. He got, I think, 2 rounds off. I remember counting them. Two rounds off. But it was just this flood of fear that came over me afterwards. And it wasn't just, hey, I just capped a dude. It was the room clearing problem was beyond me. It was a lit up room. There was a balcony over top So open room, a balcony that went all the way around the room. So aerial advantage. There was open danger areas all the way around.
Open doorways.
Open doorways all the way around. And then this was the thing that was freaking me out and I had such a problem with. It was lit inside the house. It was dark outside. And the back wall of the house was windows. So anyone out in that courtyard could see in, but I could not see them. And I just shot a guy, and we have this huge uncleared structure. And in our priorities of work, everything was dangerous. Of like, I couldn't figure out where to go. How do I even take a bite out of this thing? The layout of this particular building was beyond me. I did not know how to clear this, and I knew how to clear rooms at this point. I was pretty good at room clearing. I liked room clearing. I didn't know where to go. Everywhere you went, you were vulnerable, anyway. And there's a Delta operator that showed up behind me, just materialized. He's like, "Hey, I got you, bro. Go right." I'm like, "No, wait. I remember saying, like, "Wait, hold on, Delta. Let me teach you something. Wait." I didn't have a good reason to wait. I felt like I can't go. But I was frozen. And he just waited for me. He just waited. Maybe he said something else of like, "Hey, come on, let's go. I don't remember. I just remember him going, and I told him, "No, wait." And it was, I needed to get my head around this thing. I had frozen in place. And whether it was 2 seconds or 15 seconds, I have no idea. Now, the truth is I was clogging up that hallway right in front of the doorway.
Oh, okay.
And if we had received incoming fire, in my after-action review, that would have been my fault. And what happened? I froze. I was stuck. It was too horrible for me to go forward. I just couldn't do it. I was stuck. Now, I think the Lord helped me, and just all of a sudden, and here's one more step, and 2 steps, and then I'm in my flow. And then I didn't have any problems again. We cleared the structure. We did very well. No more hits of contact. We, bagged up some more bad guys, flex cupped them and exfilled them. And so that one went pretty darn well after that. But I froze. And that's upsetting because I would have loved to, though it's like, well, hey, you're just on second tour. I'm like, man, the op tempo for us in the early parts of the war, it was high. So we were constantly doing stuff. And so in a very short amount of time, you can kind of get a taste for clearing rooms and taking down buildings and doing vehicle patrols and airfield seizures. And you're doing a lot of stuff. I'm not just hanging out and once every week or two we go out and do a mission. I'm like, no, it's constant. And that was what early global war on terrorism was like.
Very interesting. How long were you beating yourself up about freezing in the doorway?
Let's see. It happened in 2002 and it's 2023. So
still today?
Yeah.
Man, John.
21 years.
You got to let that go.
No. So I'm grateful that it's kind of like come on, bro.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that it happened. One, because I have the leadership lesson from it. I have the learning point. It was painful enough of a mistake that I'll always remember it. I can learn from it and I can teach other people from it. And it didn't cost anyone anything.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.